For today's Take 5, I'm joined by Connie Richter, who is a lifelong member here of the Fort St. John Curling Club. This weekend, celebrating 70 years of the curling club here in Fort St. John. An extremely long time, and you've obviously been involved for a long time. What's it like just sort of to celebrate 70 years here this weekend?
It's great to celebrate the 70 years. This is the third Fort St. John club that has been built in Fort St. John, and 70 years of curling in one spot is just excellent.
And what's it sort of like? You know, we've got all the old artifacts and stuff like that, old pictures out here. What's it like for you just to sort of reflect on all the history that's been a part of this club?
Well, the history of this club has been just awesome. We've sent a lot of great curlers out of this club that have gone on to provincials, and we've had seniors that have gone on to different things. We've hosted Canadians. We've hosted a lot of other curling events in our spiel. Today, right now, still we boast about Heather Goberson-Edwin. We boast about the Hoskers. And we have a new young guy that's coming out of our club is curling down south right now, and we've been very lucky to have very good leagues in our club.
And yeah, obviously a lot of talent, like you're mentioning, coming through the curling club here. Can you just get a little bit more into that, some of the really standout curlers that have come through here?
Yeah, well, Heather Godberson is one that we will, because she was one of the youngest. She started curling when she was 11 years old. She went on and she did many provincials in BC and in Alberta because Our Lady started out curling in BC. She then went on to and won a Canadians when she was curling out of Alberta, and then she went on to Worlds and has won that. So that's one name that I can think of. The other one is Ev Tilton and Bud Hosker. They both have done really well in our club. They both were seniors, went through our club, went on to Canadians, and they were fantastic curlers and supported the club 100%.
And yeah, one other name I just wanted to touch on was Sterling Middleton. Obviously competed at the Youth Olympics this past winter. What can you say about his sort of talent level?
Yeah, Sterling was a young kid that started curling juniors in our club. I was very fortunate to be helping out with juniors at that time. He's now gone on to curl with a Team Tardy, they're called, out of Langley, BC. They went off to Worlds, yes, they won a medal there. He come back and he got the full support from the club. I know this weekend he was curling in a cash spiel in Vernon, and I think, if I remember right, I think they have won that spiel, and that's the second one this year. And he's doing well, curling out of the Langley Curling Club, but he always calls Fort St. John home.
Awesome. And for you personally, Connie, how long have you been involved with the club, and can you just tell me your sort of history of being involved here?
I've been involved. I started junior curling myself, high school, 1962. My mom was a lifetime member. I am a lifetime member of the club. I've been very involved in the club in all different aspects, but my number one passion was coaching, and I did it for about 16 years out of this club and enjoyed it thoroughly. Awesome.
And yeah, how are things shaping up for the club just this year as a whole?
We're very lucky with the way the economy is. Our leagues are not as full as we'd like them to be, but they're coming along. We got men's, ladies, and mixed going 3 nights a week. Braden works really hard to get a bunch of recreation people in here, and things like that are happening. It's just great.
Awesome, and that was my next question, is how much stuff do you have for people who have never really curled before, like myself?
If you've never curled before, we would love for you to come down and step into this rink, and there's all kinds of people here that will help you. They'll teach you the game. They'll try as much as they can, but we're very, very accommodating, and that's the most part that we really enjoy here.
Awesome. Yeah, great to get people involved, and you said you had a passion for coaching. Do you think you'd be able to coach me?
I think I could coach just about anyone. Heather did a doubles clinic today, and she puts that across the same way. Like anyone can be coachable. It's not hard. It's a nice game. It's a friendship game, and everybody come and enjoy it.
I imagine it's mostly just sort of about having a good time here at the Fort St. John Curling Club.
It certainly is, and that's the idea of this 70th curling thing that we're having this weekend. Jeannie Bonin did a ton of work to get this thing off and rolling, and that's tonight. We're probably going to have 180 some people upstairs, which we are very glad to see. And for Fort St. John, this is fantastic, and we hope that this goes off really well this evening. We've had tons of people look at all our paraphernalia that we have here, and we've got nothing but good results and lots of thank yous.
Awesome. Okay, well, I want to thank you for joining me today, Connie.
Thank you very much.
That is Connie Richter, who is a lifelong member of the Fort St. John Curling Club.